Brand new Chevy Silverado car. Just bought it yesterday, and the guy came straight to me to get the windows tinted. Said it is so new. Ooh, don't hit the door. Car is so new. I'm gonna hit the button. 89 miles on this car. I said I've already went on Facebook Live and tinted. Zoom out. Yeah, tinted that window. I've done these, and this turn off. Okay, there we go. Tinted those windows already. 20% on all. Oh no, on all of those. Now to finish it off, to 20% on this front window. So throwing a tripod. Hope I don't touch nothing I'm not supposed to. Don't zoom in. Ooh, that was not a pretty sight. Go back. Is there like an automatic zoom button? Or is that it? I don't want zoom. Okay, there we go. So that's right there. So I'm gonna start the process. First cleaning. I've already cleaned the inside of the window. You turned on me. I've already cleaned the inside of the window. So I'm gonna clean outside. So I'm just gonna spray it down. Spray and wipe. First pass, I'm gonna do 2 passes to get everything clean. That's 2 passes there. Now I'm trying to wipe out the outside. They said the car is brand new, 89 miles on it, so it's just got it yesterday, so it has no dirt on it, but you can never be too safe. So now I'm just gonna wet the window down and apply the piece on the outside. I pre-cut it just a little bit because it came off of a 40-inch roll and I didn't need a piece that big. And that's sticking pretty tough up top. So I'm just going to make sure this bottom edge is mostly straight, because right here on the window, it curves up a little bit. Hey, good morning, good afternoon. They said this is a 2025 Chevy Silverado. Car has all of 89 miles on it. He bought it yesterday, Saturday. Now he came to me to get the 20% tint done to it. So I'm just going to do an install on it. Since this kind of goes here and it flirts up, I'm just going to line up as much as I physically can on this bottom edge to make it as straight as possible. Give the outside a spray. Oh, I am doing it with Geo Shield. Is that backwards? It's backwards for me. Yeah, I got a Geo Shield 20%. This is not my car. This is client's car. Bought it yesterday. 89 miles on it. Yeah, I'm using Geo Shield's 20%. The C2? Pro Classic. Geo Shield Pro Classic. So I got the bottom edge lined up. Now I'm gonna trim out. I'm gonna trim out the smaller side first. I want to come about an inch down from there. Actually, I want to shift the entire panel down. So I feel like with this going up here, can we even see that? With this going up, it might make my line a little off. So I'm just gonna bring that down. And still trying to make it even. Oh, this is a 2025 Chevy Silverado. Bought it just yesterday, Saturday. Now today's Sunday, he wants it tinted. This that bottom edge is good, so I'm going to cut out the front portion of it. Shift it forward just a bit. And still try to keep this line about even. Yeah, it's a window tint. It can be, the process of all the window tint is the exact same. There's like 30 steps that you just have to do these steps. This exact same for every single vehicle, and it all turns out the same. So now I'm gonna come onto this side and cut this down. And shift it back to make the front and the back of the door about even. Okay, that's good. Just shift you a little bit more. Shift back. That corner's good. That's covered. So now I'm gonna cut out this bottom edge. Well, for this car, 220 just for the GeoShield Pro Classic, 20%. We're only doing the 4 windows in the rear of the truck. We're not doing the windshield. Yeah, 220 for this job. Cut out this bottom edge. And now, since I'm only 5 foot tall, well, first I have to open the window up a bit. Yeah, we can see. Open up the window. I want to lock it in first, actually. It's moving an awful lot when I don't want it to, but when I want it to move, it doesn't. So now what I'm gonna do is lift this bottom edge and take the window down. That went too fast. Now I have to realign. Gotta realign all this since it moved on me. I'm gonna get it wet again because it's sticking a lot. I think it was the top of the car, painted. But I'll trim that top off so we shouldn't have any issue. But I'm gonna get it back lined up. Left, right, and the bottom. Yeah, I'm actually going to trim out some more up top since we don't get stuck on the window again. Yeah, I'm going to lock it in again so it doesn't move. Now attempt to roll the window down. Now I can trim out the top edge. Actually, shift it again. I guess I'm using too much soap in my mixture that's moving so much. I just have to take it back down. Left's good. Right's good, yeah. Now hopefully this time it doesn't move on me. So can we see the top? We can see the top. Now first I'm just going to trim out extra before I do my final cut. That did not want to cut off. All right. So now I've trimmed it all up. So what I'm going to do here is lock in this top so I can make my final cut for this top portion. Now, grab my knife. Can we see? I'll move you again. That should be good. Then trim out all the excess. Got it real close to the edge. Now just rip it up and away. Rip that up and away. Now to trim out the corners. You can see this corner doesn't look like it's going to fit on the car. So turn that sideways, squeegee it down so it doesn't move on me, and cut the rest of these corners and edges off. I actually need a new blade. This thing is not cutting at all. All right, new blade. Now to trim the rest of the door off. Round out my corner. Same thing for this side. Get my squeegee to make sure I got a straight line. Cut this off. Another straight line. Drop the squeegee. Now to round out this corner. Now for the other side. Just grab, flip it over. Now lock everything in. Here I'm just gonna round the corner up. And here I gotta finish that straight line. Not enough pressure. There we go. Now this line. Now to round out this corner. All right, all four corners are cut. Now I'm gonna start the shrinking process. Get my glass wet. And I'm gonna get it about a 1/2 inch from the back and a 1/2 inch from the top, which is probably about right here. And I'm going to lock in the sides. Push out the excess water. And find my heel. He comes right here. So we're probably gonna lose a bunch of audio because I gotta turn this on. But now I'm just gonna shrink out all of the wrinkles. Am I in the way? I'm not in the way. Yes, we start from the top of it. We're gonna get the film nice and hot, so I can just slowly start pushing out all the water and shrink the film at the same time. Get that side nice and down. Same thing with the sides, push everything just up. All right, since I went through it once, I always like to do a double pass. I'm just gonna grab the corner and lift everything up. Put it back down. Squeeze it, do the process over again. But this time it should really shrink all of the wrinkles that are on here. If the camera's even picking it up, I can't tell. So now I'm heating up all the extra wrinkles up top. Making sure everything is laying flat. And the top edge, in my opinion, is the most important because this is the one you will see every single time you roll the window down. All right, so that's there. Now to roll the window up so I can shrink the bottom half. Grab the top, roll the window up. Now I'm gonna lift it back off the glass so I can get it wet. And the same thing, about a 1/2 inch from the back, 1/2 inch from the bottom. Looks about right. Put that down. Now to push out water and create some wrinkles. Grab my torch, we'll heat. Same process at the top, but the bottom is going inside the seal, so it won't wrinkle up that bad. But the downside about the bottom is it's inside that seal. So every time we roll the window up and down, this will be the first edge that will touch and it potentially wrinkle. So I'm just, can we see? I'll move you a little closer. And hope the audio from the torch heat gun doesn't get all in the way. So heat, push down. Heat, push down. And typically on this first pass, not a lot happens. But that's what I like to do too, to guarantee that I got all of the wrinkles out. Then run this edge back here, heat it up. And I don't see anything lifting. Now it's around 2. Thumb in the corner, peel it back. And put it back down. Now typically whenever I do my second pass, that's when it does the most of the shrinking. Even, can we see it? circle over. There we go. See that here I got a lot of wrinkles now from my second pass. Then I'm gonna get all those. Why the zoom again? Stop zooming. I don't want zoom. Okay, there we go. And now I'm gonna heat out those wrinkles. Let's do that once more, so I gave it a second. So now heat. You want to get it nice and zigzaggy and keep going up until it breaks apart like the top of a tree, or the bottom of a tree. Get that wrinkle, make it zigzaggy until it goes to the top. Heat it up, get zigzaggy. It makes a little, can't see, but it makes like a little bushy tree right there. Push that down. Here's another one, wrinkle it up until it gets bushy. Now just heat up everything until it gets bushy and make sure it shrinks. Now it's shrunk. Now the entire window is cut and shrunk. Now I'm getting ready to put it on the inside of the car. So what I'm gonna do now is roll the window down so I get about a ½ inch or so up top so I can do the install process on it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just lift that, lower it, do that so it doesn't move on me. And crack the window. About right there. Alright. I actually have to clean it first. So I'm gonna keep you open. Can we see? We can see. Right there. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna come in and do another cleaning on this. Because you don't want any type of dirt under the window tint, especially since it's the driver door. You will see every single piece of speck of everything. So I'm gonna make sure the window's extra clean. So I'm gonna hit that. Get my corner. I'm going to spray it out one final time for a good clean. Make sure I get all of the debris off. I'm going to wipe that down. Since I touched the glass with the towel, I'm going to do it once more. I said, this is the driver door. This is the most important door that he will look at every single time that he gets inside his truck. All right, that's clean. So now I'm going to spray the window down and make sure it's nice and wet so I can do the install portion. Get everything in here. Make sure it is almost drippy wet. And I'm going to come to this side. And let's hope you can hear me over the heat. Oh, gravity. Gotta readjust that again. Windows open. I'm gonna put you right there. Okay. Now on the outside of the glass, I'm gonna give the outside of it a spray. And what I like to do is get a corner. Can we see? Get the corner and just scratch it. Well, that was easy. Until the plastic liner separates from the tint itself. Take it down about halfway. Now, once again, I want to get this extra soapy so it sticks. I mean, it doesn't stick instantly. I'm gonna actually shake this up. Yeah, got a 2-gallon jug, Harbor Freight. Give it some more pumps. Make sure it's extra soapy. All right, now I'm gonna spray it again. Now I'm gonna hit the inside spray. All right, that's nice and wet. Now I'm gonna get my fingers wet because I'm gonna touch the sticky part of the window. Fingernail behind there. Grab the top. Or should I move the camera first? I'll move the camera in a moment. Get here and apply it. Top corner first, and then get that side in. Now you can come to this side with me. So I'll put you right here. And so now I got it on there, and it's sticking a lot. I gotta add some more soap to my solution. This is way too sticky. Doesn't want to slide at all. So I'm gonna hit that with some more spray. Okay, it's sliding now. I'm gonna actually spray it more to get it to slide. So I want this to slide so I can make sure I get it 100% on all sides. So now what I'm gonna do is just match up my front edge line. So pull that down. This side is giving me an issue. There we go. Oh, because the backing is actually sticking. That's what's causing it to bunch. Oh, that fixed that problem. That's in there. Make sure my top edge is lined up. Give that a spray. And I'm just going to give it a nice light tap. Push it to both sides. Put this down more. That's that. So now I'm going to use a little bit more pressure and a different squeegee to make sure nothing wants to move on me. And hit the corner. Get all of that out. All right. So now it is to install the bottom portion. Actually, I'm gonna put heat to it because it looks like I made this corner too big, so it doesn't want to stick all the way. So I'm gonna grab my heat. And heat the top edge. Now that's on there. Hit and make sure that corner is back down. I think I might have cut this side too big. Yeah, I think I fixed it. Now to roll the window up. Now since I roll the window up, everything on the bottom here is gonna be dirty. That's all sprayed. Now to spray this. And to peel off the bottom half of the tent. Now with that off, tuck in my sides. Not sticking for me, so I'm gonna lift it back up, give it a spray. Okay, can we see that? Yeah, we can. Okay, so now, same process, get everything down, out the way. And I wrinkled the film. Wrinkled the film. Oh, so peel this off. Start again. See, all that work is what? 35 minutes to mess up. All right. Throw this in the trash. Let's do it again. But this time, since I put the tint on there, I'm actually got to spray off the old glue. So I'm gonna put a new blade on this thing. Yeah, I gotta put a new blade on the holder. Now, I guess start the process over again. Clean the window. This time I'm gonna scrape everything out. That wasn't too bad. No glue came off on that one. Got window nice and clean. All right, so let's start back from the front of the glass. Outside glass pretty clean again, so I'm just gonna give it one spray down. All right, let's retint this glass. And luckily I only have a 40-inch roll, so I get to cut it out of that. This window itself only needs a 24-inch roll, but I don't have any. Got the piece, now to cut out. Put the roll back in the bag. Grab my ladder. And cut out the access. Access cut off. Can we still see? We can. All right. So, since I know this bottom edge curves up here a little bit, so I'm gonna first start with cutting the bottom. Just a little bit. Just a little bit off the bottom. If I can get this to move. I just need more soapy water. It's sticking way too much. All right, get that to the bottom. That should be good. All right, first cut, I'm gonna cut off this bottom edge. I'm gonna cut the small side. Shift everything forward. Now cut off this back side. And I cannot see right here. Am I in the, I am in the way. Cut out this side here. Shift it back so the cuts in between both sides. Alright, both sides are cut. Now for the part. Hopefully that doesn't move on me. Because now I have to roll the window down to cut out the top half of it. So just real quick, cut some of this access off. But first, I want to make sure this is right. Since it keeps moving on me. All right, now I should be able to move it. Gotta put the key in the car. Now I'm just gonna grab the bottom here. Actually, I'm gonna shift it down to make sure I got full coverage on it. Shift that down. Make sure left or right, it's covered. Now to roll the window. You can turn off now. There you go. It turned off. Yep, so spray the window. And lock all of this down. So then a smooth cut. Grab my lighter, yeah, you can still see. That side got pinched up since it's in the door. I'm gonna start from the other side. Up and away, up and away. Now to trim off these corners. Start with this one. Can we see? I'll move you again. All right, that should be fine. And trim off the edges and around the corners. Get a nice straight line on this. Cut this side, same thing, straight line. Round the corner. Rotate, do the process all over. Cut and around the corner. I'll get here. Same setup, get it cut around the corner. Okay, now to shrink the window. I'm gonna get it nice and wet. Half inch on the back, half inch on the front, well, the top. That looks good, give it another spray. Now to lock it in. Push out the water up top. That curved a little bit, so I trimmed it out, made it even. Now to find the heat and shrink it. And I'm short, so I'm gonna grab my ladder. Heat up all of the wrinkles to make it shrink to the glass. Alright, now let's shrink it up again. So we grab this corner lift. Lock it back. And shrink it again. Alright, top is shrunk. Now for the bottom. Car's off. Now I'm gonna get it wet. And get the bottom. Alright, now to shrink the bottom. Yep, same process, getting it shrunk down, heating it up, get the wrinkles activated, and push it. Alright, now I'm just going to do the double, grab it, to really make sure everything is down. Yep. Heat everything up, shrink it down. Heat it up, shrink it down. All right, cool. That's shrunk. Now I'm going to do the install portion. So I'm gonna go to the inside of the car and I'm gonna clean the window again. Well, I have to roll it down and clean it again. Okay, I'm gonna clean the inside of this window. With just a spray and squeegee. Hit the corner again. Spray and squeegee. Now hit the corner once more again. Make sure I get all of the dirt out of that seal. Now I'm gonna get ready for the install part. So I'm gonna get this nice and soapy. Dripping wet. That should be good. Now I'm gonna come to the other side. And get this side started. But what I'm gonna do is just grab the film, shift it down just a bit, or give it a spray. Shift it down. About there. And I am going to lock down the top so it doesn't move on me. And I'm gonna peel this off. Yeah, peel off the protective sheet. Get it down a little bit more than halfway. And once again, just get this side wet so it actually, let me shake it up a little bit more. Gotta make sure it's extra soapy. It wasn't soapy last time I did the install and I got that wrinkle. So make sure it's soapy. I'm gonna come back to this side too. Make sure that's soapy. Get my fingers soapy. And start the install. I'm gonna move this and I'll grab the camera. Start from the smaller side. Get that in there. Now the bigger side. I'm gonna grab you. Oh no, gravity. I think I put it right here. Where am I at? Right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get it soapy again. It's still sticking too much for my liking. I'm just gonna grab it, spray this entire top. But for this one, what I'm gonna do is, my top cut isn't the straightest, so I'm just gonna just use my file and just make myself a clean line. So I'm gonna get it over the window just by a little bit. Something like that. And lock it in. And kind of what I did before. Just squeegee everything out to the sides. Squeegee it once more. Now I'm going to do a soft pass and then I'm going to do a hard pass to make sure nothing moves on me. I'm going to shoot these corners up. Grab my heat. And shrink this top down to make sure it's not going to move on me when I go to file. All right, now to file it all up. File. And for here, I'm gonna do just run it up and down, just do some couple passes to make sure everything is down. But make sure all that is off. Even down here. But since that's a little bit hard, I'm just gonna grab my knife and trim out these two sides as far as I can go. That corner's off. And that corner's off. Nice clean line up top. So now I'm gonna do another hard squeegee pass on it to make sure I got all of it down. Get my corners once more. Now I'm going to roll the window up and finish the bottom portion. Just clean out the bottom of here. Use a different tool to wipe it all out. Grab another tool and make sure I get the corners and the bottom edge. Now to spray it all the way down. Let's remove the liner. And now to make sure I get the bottom half of this wet so it doesn't wrinkle on me. Get that corner wet. Can we see? A little bit. Get this corner wet again. It's sticking on me. Alright, fill it all the way back and push it down. Same with this inside corner. I want to get it wet, actually it's kind of dry. Move here. Should be a little better to see. Put you away for now. You might lift it up a lot more. Alright, front corner's in. Look at this back. Back corner in. Cool, now to spray the window off and do a soft pass. Alright, that's in there. Now I'm going to get the corner because that's bubbling up a lot on this one. So I'm gonna shoot every bit of water down. Come here, shoot that water down. Get everything out the bottom. That's on there now. A hard squeeze to make sure everything's in there. Now I'm gonna do one more squeegee going up and down. I have to answer that call in a second. All right, so now the window is all installed. Let me get another dry towel. Dry towel to wipe everything off on the inside of the car. Close the window. This one. Wipe the outside. And right now I'm looking for any type of I'm gonna ignore that call too. All right, so here we go. 20% window. Damn. That's loud. There we go. 20% tint on these windows. So I did the front one. The rear is also 20%, and the back glass did it in 20. So on the brand new Chevy Silverado, so I can show you again. Car has 89 miles. Just came from the dealership yesterday, Saturday. Came to me Sunday to get it tinted. Yeah, that is all from me today. You guys have a good one. Peace.